it's day 15 and the first day in the final week of your Balance, Build and Bloom plan. This is a 21-day strength journey. So we're working on a full body strengthening workout today. It's suitable for all levels with adaptations and alterations all the way through. I've got some mat-based exercises, but of course you don't have to get down to the mat to enjoy those. I can show you some adaptations and alterations from a raised surface or a chair instead. So join me for this exercise where you're going to need some weights, a mat or a raised surface. Let's get going. So we're going to start this session with our first exercise being a little warm-up exercise. Bring the feet nice and wide. You can bring the fingertips all the way up. Imagine you're brushing the ceiling. You're going to brush the walls down the side of you and then brush down to the floor, all the way back up again and back down. Now you do not have to reach the floor. You do not have to reach the ceiling or any walls on either side of you, but I just really want you to really stretch out as far as you can and feel that pull through your midsection as you do that. Your squat may be up here, or you may be really far down, or anywhere in the middle. You can work through the range that you have as you're just warming up here. Push the bottom back, keep the back nice and straight. Well done. And take a rest. We're going to get into our first exercise. We're going to hold on to a couple of weights as we're doing this. We're going to do a glute kickback. Now, if you don't want to use a weight and you need to hold on to something, then you can hold onto the back of a chair or onto a wall. You're standing up nice and strong and straight, and you're just going to kick that heel back behind you. Kick and kick. So upper body stays as strong and as straight as possible. Touch down the foot each time, or for a little extra challenge, you keep that foot floating while you're maintaining that really strong and straight position. Okay, so not an easy exercise if you're working with a weight and you're trying to keep that foot off the floor, but you've got all the different variations. You don't have to use a weight. You can touch down the toes each time. Well done. And take a rest. We're going to switch sides. So we're going to be working through a whole load of exercises here today, and we're going to be following a weighted, non-weighted, so weighted body weight kind of pattern all the way through. So have the weights handy. 2, 1, let's go. So I've got a medium set of weights with me today. I've got my 5 kilos, which are equivalent 11 pounds. And I've got my 3 kilos, which are 5 pounds. I want to say 5 pounds. I'm not great with numbers, but anyone that uses pounds will know. Your light and your medium. Well done. But those are my weights. Those are for my workout with you today. Okay, you do not have to match me. You can go heavier, you can go lighter. 2, 1, take a rest. Well done. So just pop those weights down to the side. We're going to head down to the mat. Now there is a variation for you if you don't work down onto the mat with me. There's a variation for a raised surface instead. So you can use a chair, a sofa, a sideboard, a wall, whatever it is that you want to use. But we're working onto the mat and we're going to be doing our mountain climber. So walking the mountain climber in here at the entry level. So just walk, 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 or you can work it up and work some speed into it. Okay, working through a little bit faster, bringing up the heart rate as you go. So totally up to you on your level. This is a body weight bearing exercise, so you're not using weights, but you are using your own body weight as a weight. So it's a tough exercise, and take a rest. Back up to your feet for the next exercise. And I know lots of people say you have to use weights. Yes, using weights is really important, it's really functional. However, using your body weight is the most functional of all, because your body, no matter how much you weigh, is probably the heaviest thing you'll ever lift. Not always, but probably. Hold on to those weights around about shoulder height. Push down, push up. Sit down, push up. Now, when I'm squatting here, I'm really pushing my bottom back as if I'm about to sit onto a chair, and then I'm going to use that power in the legs like springs, push up into the arms. Down, push, back down, and push. Well done. Push. Keep it going. Well done. One more then. And take your rest. Well done. Shoulder tap to Superman is up next. Again, there is a variation for you if you are using a raised surface. With me on the mat, you can go onto your knees in a modified position or onto your toes. So I'm going to start modified. We're going to tap, tap, bring the arm up, bring the other arm up. Tap, tap, up, up. Now, this exercise needs a lot of control in a lot of areas. It needs a nice, quiet hand, not slapping the mat each time. Tummy nice and tight as you're working through. And if you can manage all of that and you can hold your full bridge position, then you can do it in your full position, keeping the hips as strong and as straight as you possibly can. Good job. Last one. Take your rest. Well done. It's a tough little session today. So if you're finding this session hard at any time, then know that you're finding it hard because it is hard. And we're in our 3rd week now, which means you've earned the right. Bring those weights up to the side, pulse, back down. You've earned the right to have a hard session, okay? I'm bringing these weights up to shoulder height as I'm bringing them back down. They're up, a little pulse, back down. It just makes this exercise just slightly more effective by holding that weight up. But if you're finding that's too hard, then you can bring them up and bring them down. You don't need to work the pulse in if that's too tough, okay? So just showing you the difference here. That's the straight up and down, and then you've got the pulse and coming down. Amazing. Take a rest. We are now back down to the floor again. We're working on some bridge jacks or high plank jacks here. So again, I've got your alteration with the chair. But you're going to come into your full position here and tap, tap with the foot. Tap, tap. So the upper body stays nice and strong and straight. And if you're finding that this is a little easy, you can jump, 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 or jump faster. Okay, so whatever works for you. You can also jump that through on the chair. Okay, so if you're in a space where you don't have a lot of room, but your fitness level is good enough that you can do this on normally down here, then you can try jumping it through. You might be in a hotel room. You might be somewhere that doesn't have a lot of space, and take a rest. Well done. Back up to our feet. It's one of those sessions today. I've written it purposefully to be down and up, because that's all part of the functionality of these workouts. I'm choosing my lighter weights for these, okay, because we've got to go through again. And we're going to do a bicep curl alternate double. So we're going to curl up, we're going to double up, and then we're going to curl up, and then we're going to double up, okay? So curling up, double, nice and slow on the return. Up, up, slow on the return. Good. Well done. Amazing. We've got one exercise left after this, and then we're going to go through again. And you know that you can do that. Take a rest. Well done. Because, well, you've already done it. So you know you can do it again. And I believe in you. And that's all there is to it. We're going to get back down to the mat. We're going to do a plank to bridge exercise. I'm going to show you modified first, and then I'm going to show you on my toes. I'm going to start in a high plank or bridge position, come down into the plank, push back up into the bridge, back down into the plank, and up to the bridge. Each time, I'm taking my hips with me. So if you're not taking your hips with you, you'll look like this. You'll be fine in the bridge, but you'll look like this in the plank. So just be careful that you are acting as one as you're bringing your hips down with you. And the full version, for those that need it, up, down, and up. Okay? So working through your level. And your level today may be different to what it was last week. You may be invigorated and rested and take a rest. Or you may be really, really tired and you just can't, and that's fine. Take the modified option. That's really not a problem at all. We're going to go back through this plan and we're going to go back with our squat sweep, which again is a really great exercise. We used it as a warm-up and we're just now going to use it as a buffer. Okay, just to get some positivity in. Lovely. So inhaling that positivity, exhale any of those bad vibes. Good. Reaching out, brushing the floor, brushing the ceiling and everything in between. Amazing. You're doing so well. You've got to week number 3. Please, please, please leave me a comment. Let me know that you're still here. I want you to say hi so that I can cheerlead you and take a rest. Amazing work. We're going to go back to those glute kickbacks. I did use my medium weights for these last time, so I'm going to do the same again this time. But if you need to hold on to something, let me just show you. If you need to hold on to something as you're kicking back, imagine I'm holding onto the back of a chair here. So get started while I'm just grabbing my weights. So one side, kick and kick. Well done. Keeping the tummy really tight here, because that's what's keeping you balanced. And if you need to tap that foot down at any time, then do that. I don't really want to kick my furniture. There we go. 2, 1, take a rest. Good job. We're going to go onto the other side. I thought I'll come and face you. And then I'm just kicking everything that's here. I know I've got short legs, but sometimes I forget they're not actually that short. They're still human-sized legs. We're going to go on to the other side in just a moment, 5 seconds before we do. So make sure you're good and ready, got those shoulders rolled back. You're standing up nice and tall. Let's go. Kick and kick. Good. Well done. Really great work. Tummy is tight. That's where you're generating all of your balance from. As that leg's coming away from your body will want to tip forwards to compensate, but you're not allowing it, so it's working through into the core. And take a rest. Amazing work. Okay, we're going to go into our mountain climber next. So again, you have your option down onto the floor. You've got your raised surface option if you want to. That's on the top of the screen. And we're going to go into that mountain climber. So there's no knees version for this. But if you have a really high work surface, you know, like a kitchen worktop, that's a really great starting point for this exercise. And then you can just reduce the height of the surface each time, and that will increase the intensity. And you may never get to a point where you're working down onto the mat, or you might. But essentially, it's all about your level and you working through what's right for you. I use an incline surface, a raised surface with a lot of my personal training clients who are incredibly fit. So there's absolutely no problem with using a raised surface. 3, 2, 1, take a rest. Well done. We're coming back up to those feet and we're going to do the squat to the overhead press. So really working here on using the legs as a spring, storing the energy, pushing up into the arms, holding the weights around about shoulder width. Ready? Sit down, fire up, reset, down, up, reset. Toes pointing forwards here for me, but if you find squatting difficult and it hurts the knees, turn the toes out to the side and you'll find that you'll work more into the inner thigh, okay? Less pressure into the knee. So if you're finding that squats hurt the knees a little bit too much, you can go wider and you can turn out the toes. And those are two really great ways of adapting this exercise. You can still get the benefit. Take a rest. Well done. Back down to the mat. And we're going to go for the shoulder touch to Superman. And again, another complex exercise here. Keeping the hands nice and quiet. Let's go. Touch, touch, up, up. So really working into the shoulders here. Core as well, because we're working from a stable surface on all 4 points to an unstable surface, 3 points. So the core loves unstable surfaces. That's how we train the core most effectively. Make it balance, make it work. It's always trying to compensate. Good job. Keep it going. 2, 1. Take your rest. Back up to your feet. Good. Okay, we're going to do those lateral raised pulses. These are the most difficult exercise in this little group today, in my opinion. Okay, if your weights are not light enough for this exercise, don't do the pulse. Ready? Let's go. So the pulse is here, but then you've got the non-pulse if you just want to do the straight up and down. We're going to around about shoulder height here. Don't worry if you're a little bit higher. Don't worry if you're a little bit lower, but just try and get to that shoulder height. And if you can add that pulse in, even if you take a little bit more of a break at the bottom and go again, honestly, it's a real burner. So if you're finding it hard, don't worry. You've only got about 10 seconds left. You can see that clock. It's there for you to know that you're nearly safe. All is well. And take a rest. Amazing work. We're going to head back down to the mat for those bridge jacks. I know that some of you will not like coming up and down, but please believe me when I tell you this is highly functional. Okay, highly functional. It's something that we'll do in day-to-day life. It's really important. Let's go. Really important to build in functional movement into your workouts. Otherwise, there's no point in doing a workout. If your workout doesn't support your life, there's no point in working out because you're living your life. Okay? If you want to be a bodybuilder for aesthetic, then chances are you are not still here at this point in time on this channel. We're in a little niche over here. We're doing something different and you're part of that. Tap it out. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Well done. Come on, back up to our feet again. And we're going to do those bicep curls. So this time, I'm going to use the heavier ones. I know I'm right near the end of this program now. So I'm going to just push. I'd encourage you to do the same if you feel it's safe. Let's go. Curling up. Doing the double. And then onto the other side. I've got my elbows tight into my body. Doing the double. And then on the other side. And the double. So the double's like the sandwich in between, moving from one side to the other. Well done. Upper body still nice and strong and straight. And if you want to do this from seated at this point in time, no problem by me at all. You go for that. And take a rest. We have got one more exercise. And after this session today, we're talking about supplements in our nutrition tip. Okay, so I'm going to be talking to you about supplements, why we take supplements, what supplements are the ones to look out for, all of that kind of good stuff. Ready? Let's go. Plank to bridge. Here we are. You've got your variation if you want it. Keep those hips with you. So again, if you are in your full bridge position, you must keep the hips with you, otherwise you're going to end up like this. We don't want to be in that piked position. Strong and straight all the way through. Your arms are likely feeling tired by this point, and this exercise is kind of insult to injury, isn't it? It really is. But we want to wring every last bit out of those arms right now. Get them strong. Take a rest. Well done. While we are down here, or if you're on your raised surface, that's fine. Just bring the arm across your body. We're just going to do a little deltoid stretch, so the shoulder here, because they've taken a bit of a battering today, those little shoulders. Just bringing it across the body, stretching out. If you can't quite feel the stretch, bring it up slightly or down. Have a play around with the position of your arm. Good job. Let's switch sides. Bringing the heart rate down. Stay with me for a couple of minutes while we talk all about supplements. Have a quick drink and join me for that. Please do remember to like, subscribe and comment. It really helps the channel out a lot. Take a rest. And don't forget, if you want to join me on strengthandbloom.com, my website, you can get 2 additional sessions every single week, week in, week out, and an entire archive of probably nearly 100 sessions now on there, just for members. Those are not anywhere else. So if you want more, head over there, come and find me. Otherwise, stick around for the chat on supplements. Today's nutrition tip is all about supplements and how they can help to support your health. So sometimes our bodies need a little bit of extra help getting all the nutrients that we need, and that's where supplements come in. They are like little helpers that provide vitamins, minerals, and other essential nutrients when we can't quite get enough from our food alone. Now, you might be wondering, when do I need to take supplements? Well, there are a few different reasons that you might need supplements in your diet. If you have a specific health condition like an iron deficiency or osteoporosis, supplement can help you to fill in the gaps in your diet. Or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, your body might need more nutrients to support you and your baby. And as we get older, our bodies might not absorb nutrients the way that they used to. So supplements can help to make sure that we're getting exactly what we need. When it comes to picking supplements, it's essential to choose ones that are safe and effective. Look for well-known brands and check that they've been tested to make sure they do what they say that they actually do. You'll want to avoid supplements with unnecessary stuff added like fillers or additives. These can make the supplement less helpful or even harmful. Remember that supplements are meant to complement a healthy diet and not replace it. So focus on eating variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains and lean proteins first, and then add the supplements in. They are there just to help you to fill in the gaps. By keeping it simple and talking to healthcare professionals, you can help to use the supplements that are right for you, and they can work for you rather than against you. I hope that helps with the supplements. If you have any questions around that, please drop some into the comments and I will do my very, very best for you. Remember to like and subscribe, share this video with anyone you might think it's helpful for, and I'll see you tomorrow for day number 16. Bye.